Hello and welcome to today's lesson where we're looking at the DRIP model of communication, which was first described by Chris Phil in his book Marketing Communications. So why should you want to use the DRIP model of communication? Well, there's several reasons, including that it gives you a mechanism to communicate and convert prospects over the long term. It keeps your organization at the top of your prospect's mind. It lets you put your best foot forward by enabling you to talk about what's great about your products and services, and ultimately it can lead to increased sales. Now, before we look at the DRIP model, let's begin by defining what we mean by marketing communications. Marketing communications is concerned with the multitude of ways in which your organization's prospects and customers engage with your organization. Now, at a macro level, at the top level, your audience can engage with you in four ways. So firstly, we have planned marketing communications, and these are considered communications that you have timed to target specific audiences. So for example, when you pay for radio advertising at a particular time. Next, we have service experience-based communications, and these happen when your customers use your services. So for example, when a customer decides how good the service at your hotel is. Third, we have product experience-based communications. These happen when customers use your products. So for example, when a customer decides how delicious your chocolate bar is. And finally, we have unplanned marketing communications, which happen unintentionally and uncontrollably. And these happen for several reasons. So for example, when one customer tells another about your product, when an influencer creates a review of your product, or maybe when a customer wants to buy your product, but you're out of stock. So let's jump in and take a look at the DRIP model. So the DRIP model is concerned only with planned communications from the previous slide. It's about sending repeated communications to your prospects and customers. Your aim is to communicate what you do well and to do so regularly enough that you stay top of mind. Ultimately, you want your DRIP campaign to lead to increased sales inquiries or increased sales. Let's look at the aims of each part of the DRIP communication model. So first, differentiate. Differentiate aims to position your product or service so it stands out against your competitors. Differentiation is about explaining why a prospect should choose your company over your competitors. This is particularly important when your products are similar to your competitors. So for example, and for this example and for all the examples in this section, imagine that you run an online advertising agency and you want to use the DRIP model to increase your sales. The services your advertising agency offers are very similar to your competitors, and so you decide to send an email to your prospects highlighting how you're better than your competitors. Your points of differentiation include the excellent results you've achieved for previous clients and the unique process you use when you engage with your clients. Next, we have reinforce. Now, the purpose here is to reinforce and strengthen a previous message or to reassure prospects about using your products and services. So, for example, as an advertising agency owner, you know that your prospects don't read every detail of every email you send. And because of this, you decide to send periodic emails reminding them of your key differentiators. You also decide to send periodic emails to reassure your prospects that it's safe to do business with you. Now, you do this by reminding them of your money-back guarantee and your no profit, no fee approach. Next, we have inform. Now, the focus here is to make prospects aware and to educate them. This differs from differentiation, as you're not trying to highlight why you're different, but simply trying to share information. This could include telling your prospects or customers about new features or showing how an existing customer benefits from your product or service. So, for example, to inform your prospects, you decide to send them an email informing them of two things. So, first, a new service you offer, and secondly, the results of your recent Bring Your Dog to Work Day. And you include photos of dogs in your office within your email. And you do this to engage with your prospects and leave them thinking that not only is your office a nice place to work, but that your team looks like a lovely team to work with. So finally, we have Persuade. And the focus here is to persuade prospects or customers to either buy from you or move them to the next stage of the sales process, such as by making an inquiry. So, for example, you ask your prospects to schedule a 1-hour call with one of your team so that you can see if you can help them. Now, your aim here is to move them through the sales process, but not try to get them over the line until you know that you can actually help them and that they're excited to work with you. So now that you understand the basics of the model, here are some tips to help you get the most out of it. So don't try to do everything in one communication. Your aim should be to communicate little and often to stay top of mind without overwhelming your prospects. Think of it as a drip, drip, drip approach. The clue is in the name. Now, you don't have to fully cover a single drip element in any one correspondence. So, for example, it's not unusual to take multiple communications to explain how you were differentiated from your competitors. And finally, aim for balance in terms of how often you send your communications and how often you ask for a sale. You want to educate and inform your audience without turning them off or being too pushy. So let's take a look at a quick example. Now, for this example, imagine that you sell luxury, fair trade, organic chocolate direct to consumers from your website. You want to build a drip marketing campaign to build your relationship with your prospects and stay top of mind. So to do this, you might structure a simple drip campaign over just 4 emails like you see here. So the basic idea in this example is to show your prospects what makes you different and educate them about your brand before asking for a sale. So in the first email on day 1, you're talking about how you're different from your competitors. In your second email, you're informing them of all the different flavors of chocolate bar you offer. In the third email, you're highlighting the ethical aspects of your brand. And then in the final email on day 15, you're finally asking for a sale. Now, if you like, you could repeat this process of 3 informative emails followed by an email asking for a sale ad infinitum. So, by the way, if you'd like to get hold of the template used for that example, you can find it by following the links below this video. So, in summary, the drip model of communication is a model that you can use to help you manage your planned marketing communications with both prospects and your existing customers. Now, it helps you to produce balanced communications that are sometimes informative and at other times asking for a sale. So that's it for this lesson. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.